What up everyone, it's your boy Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Wave Armadillo Build-A-Figure Series Shriek action figure review. Before I get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, it's time for me to give you another 1-2 punch episode of the Uncanny X-Man-y story time, and then we'll take a look at the figure. Francis Louis Barrison, aka Shriek, was created by Tom DeFalco, Mike W. Barr, Terry Cavanagh, Ron Lim, Jerry Bingham, and Mark Bagley. Shriek first appeared in Spider-Man Unlimited Maximum Carnage Part 1, titled Begins Here, in May 1993. Her origin started as a young girl who had a miserable childhood being abused by her parents that eventually drove her to drugs. She became a rock band groupie and a drug dealer. Cloak and Dagger rated one of her deals, being that she suffered through extreme traumas that made her dangerously unstable, especially being shot in the head by a police officer. A short stay in Cloak's dark dimension pushed her over to the edge of insanity, which manifested her mutant abilities. She was then captured and imprisoned in Ravencroft. During the Maximum Carnage event, Carnage was imprisoned along with Shriek in Ravencroft, and the two escaped together. Due to her childhood trauma, she desired and longed for a perfect family. She makes Carnage her husband and adopts Doppelganger, Carrion, and Demogoblin as her sons, becoming the mother of the Carnage family. The Maximum Carnage family went on a happy murder spree for days and ran into battles with several of Spider-Man's allies such as Black Cat, Captain America, Iron Fist, and Venom, to name a few. The Carnage family was far from perfect in Shriek's delirious mind. It was dysfunctional to the point where Doppelganger, who became close to Shriek, gave his life to protect her when Carnage attacked her for her rebellious behavior. When Carnage killed Doppelganger to prove a point on who runs the show in the family, Shriek was devastated and distraught by the loss of her son. Spider-Man and his allies stopped the murderous spree, then Shriek was returned to the Ravencroft Institute after the event. She sees Dr. Kafka was treating Malcolm McBride. Shriek recognized him to be her son Carrion. She successfully breaks out of the Institute with him and wants Malcolm to kill his biological mother, only wanting him to acknowledge Shriek as his mother. Her powers forced Malcolm to become Carrion again, but she ends up battling Spider-Man once more, who completely ruined her plans and gets her readmitted to Ravencroft. In later events, the remains of the Carnage symbiote that was ripped in half by Sentry years ago crashed into a satellite that was sent back to Earth. The symbiote found its way back to Cletus Cassidy, and its spawn bonded with Shriek and Tanis Nieves, who later becomes Scorn. As Carnage was battling both Spider-Man and Iron Man, Scorn helped the heroes defeat Carnage by forcing Shriek to scream so loud at her lover that the sonic boom intercepted her brain neurons, which bursted through her central nervous system, leaving her in a coma. After awakening from her coma, she joined Morgan Le Fay's team called the Doom Maidens. After they disbanded, she feuds with Deadpool and reunites with Carnage once again, but is shortly lived as they separate once more, so she joins the stable called the Sinister 16 along with Armadillo. Reuniting with Carnage one last time, she sacrifices herself to him in order to revive her adopted son, Demogoblin, from the dead. For powers and abilities, Shriek can manipulate sound in various ways. She can hypersonically tap into people's minds and bring out their inner darkness, generating fear, anger, hate, etc., making them act out violent manners. She can harness and shoot destructive sonic energy blasts from her hands. Shriek can also shield herself with a sonic force field and fly. Her sonic powers can generate a sonic scream which can deafen or disorientate. In other media, Shriek appears as a boss battle in the 1994 video game Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. Shriek shows up as a minor villain in the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series, and is also in the live-action film Venom Let There Be Carnage, played by Naomi Harris. For merchandise, she was featured in the Minimates line, HeroClix, and now finally having a Marvel Legends. Shriek died in Absolute Carnage, Lethal Protector issue number 1, and has appeared in a total of 102 issues. I just gotta say, why the hell did it take this long to finally get a Shriek figure? We've had a good amount of Carnage figures throughout the years, but yet no Shriek to go along with them. But if you were patiently waiting or impatiently waiting for her like I was, then both our patience and impatience is rewarded here. We get an all-new sexy female body mold that's pinless, and these plastic curves don't lie. So let's take a closer look at Shriek. So the face sculpt is a hot mess, and I mean that in a good way because, well, she came out hot. Shriek always had this creepy hot look to her, but the face sculpt here is just beautiful. The right eye is painted in a very nice blue color, and it's very blue. And you get her signature marking on her left eye. The white pupil looks good. She's got this crazy cute smile going on with some black lipstick painted around it, as well as black paint on her jawline and on the chin, so that came out looking really clean. And she's got very big loopy silver earrings. And the hair sculpt is so good on this. Like, I really like the sculpt on the bangs, the very thin line hair, and you know, get some like sharp edges around here. The hair could have been a little bit longer, however that would have definitely limited articulation in a big way, so you know, I don't mind this here at all. Overall, a great head sculpt. Then looking at the breast of the body here, it came out looking real good, man. I gotta say, it's toned. She's built. I really like how built she is. She's not built like a plank like some of the other female body molds. And the proportions just look great on this. It's aesthetically pleasing. And before you think it's the Moonstone body mold retooled, it is not, because I can bring that out for you and show you it is two different bodies, even the lower torso and the upper torso. Especially the upper torso, she's just on a ball joint here. She's on a neck hinge here. The arms are also brand new. They are not retooled in any way. You used to have this big gappy bicep in a lot of the Moonstone body mold features. This one, it's very streamlined. It's in there, no gaps. It just looks nice and flush. You look at the lower torso and the hips. The one thing with this Moonstone body mold is when you looked at her from the side, the hips right here were bulging out, like they were sticking out a lot. Look how they cleaned that up here. So they definitely toned that down big time. And you know, for the cake, Moonstone definitely had more of a bubble butt. This one, while the cake looks decent on the side, it's a little more narrow, but it gives you more room for some back leg movement, whereas the Moonstone body mold wasn't that bad. But if you compared the two, Shriek has the better leg movement overall. So yeah, just wanted to show you that every part of the body here is different from head to toe. And taking a closer look of the paint design on this figure, it came out super clean. Usually I'm skeptical with figures that have black and white, but no issues here. Again, super clean. Yeah, I always liked Shriek's costume design. It looks really nice. Again, all the way down here. You know, super clean. It's pointy on the bottom right here near her pelvic area. Here's her right hand in white with some black edging on it. And here's showing off the double jointed pinless arms. And these look so damn good. On the left side of her arm, she's got a white glove with a silver bracelet that's removable. And she's got a silver belt that is reused from Shikla, I believe. And then looking at the rest of her legs, in all black, double jointed pinless legs there, looking great. And that is our Shriek. For accessories, she's got a bunch of options with hands. So first up, she's got these closed fists. And she's got the same problem as the Callisto figure, and that's those baby fists. So you can see the wrist is overlapping the hand right there. It's too gappy. I really don't like that look. Next up, she's got two holding hands, which look a little bit better because it's bigger, but still got that gap right there. But she has none to hold, so it's kind of like a waste here. Would have preferred for her to have like a Sonic effect or a screaming head. Then she's got the open hands, but yeah, you see right there? I don't know, still gappy right there. But on this side, perfectly fine. And that's even moving the bracelet out the way. Now to cover articulation with Shriek, her head, you kind of have to fight with it to move up. So, yeah, wow, this one is tough to try to get it to move up. So, as you can see, the hair's kind of pliable, but there is a lot of resistance. You got to rely on that upper torso to make her look up more. But yeah, keeping the upper torso straight, that's as far as up you're gonna get. And looking down is a good amount. So this is where the figure would have benefited with an alternate head that had hair sculpted to allow for some more flexibility. It turns left, right, and you do get some pivoting though. So there is some slight rocking motion to it. They move down, it rotates all around. You got the bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, and look how great these things are. Wow. Man, I absolutely adore these double jointed elbows on our comic female figures. She's got the wrist swivel and the wrist hinge. The upper torso bends about that far down and bends that far back. It moves side to side, it pivots, and it rocks around. Her legs move that far apart. She kicks up very high and kicks that far back. Her legs rock around. She's got the thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and oh, no heel to the butt, but so close. Her ankles move up very far. They move down very low, and she's got that all around ankle rocker. Now for some comparisons, here she is next to her Booski Carnage. I have both Carnage figures here from the Monster Venom Baf and Venom Bull Baf waves. Here she is next to her son's doppelganger and the Demogoblin Baf. Definitely need Carry On now to finish the family. Here she is next to some of her Doom Maiden's teammates, Lady Deathstrike, Mystique, and Enchantress. Here she is next to some other dangerous Spider-Man female characters, Black Cat and Silver Sable. Now I really want a Silver Sable update on this Shriek body. Here she is next to the Juggernaut Bathwave Deadpool. And finally, here she is next to the Retro Series Spider-Man and Venom. And now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 9 out of 10. I don't know what else to say, but she's definitely in my top 5, top 3 best female legends for 2021. This new body mold is something I want to see more of, and it's a buck where customizers are definitely going to eat this up as it makes for a great base body. The articulation is all there except for the head unable to move up, but that's not the body's fault at all because that hair sculpt just hinders it. The double jointed elbows just make the females so much more fun to pose now. It's definitely a relief to finally see it heading towards becoming the norm. The accessories gives us a bunch of hands, which I'm always on board for, but we needed some sonic effects or alternate head over the useless Carnage pleasing gripping hands. The paint on mine is more than solid, so clean it's definitely up there with Miles Morales. Shriek is a huge standout in this wave, and if you are a big fan of Maximum Carnage, then snatch her up. I love the Shriek character and I'm more than thrilled to finally add her onto my Spider-Man display. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of this Shriek figure overall? What are some notable Spider-Man female characters would you like to see made next? Scorpia, Wraith, Lady Octopus, Madam Web would be some good choices. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. That was my review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.